Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
Alrighty folks, good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of the Whitfield Report. I am your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting live here from South Florida, and I want to thank you so very much for joining me wherever you are in the past, present, future, however listening to this on the podcast. And if you're viewing this live, welcome to your favorite Saturday night show. I really appreciate all of you for joining me. And we are simulcasting with our friends on Versa Media as well. So hello to their viewers as well. And tonight we're going to be having not really debate, but more of a discussion between Sean and blood sports if we want to call it, between Sean and Alex of Versa Media and me and Scorpio. Hopefully it won't turn too bloody, but who knows? I know we all have different opinions about various topics, and I know that Scorpio is he's doing things right now, so he'll be on in a bit. But right now, I just kind of wanted to start off with some casual banter. Sean, Alex, how have you gentlemen been?
We're doing awesome, and welcome everybody on the Versa side of the stream to the real news for this week. We are going to be talking about a few news topics before we get into the debate. Hopefully Scorpio shows up. We agreed to a debate this week, as y'all heard on Sam's channel. If you haven't yet, subscribe to Sam's channel and watch that video. Give him a like and all that good stuff. But the biggest story I think we need to talk about this, because the State of the Union was boring and lame and gay and whatever you want to call it. Those were the words I was seeing on Twitter about it. I thought it was simply just boring. But I want to talk about Nicholas J. Fuentes, the controversial streamer that people love and hate, but apparently
already know about like all the other crap you've done. They don't really give a shit. They know about your astral projection and shit like that. They don't care.
Sammy, what are you doing in here, bro? Don't you have a show to do?
Oh, wrong Discord.
Wrong VC.
come to his desk, but it really didn't have teeth in it. It really wasn't going to do a lot. So Nick, Loomer, Witzke, Malkin all went down there to protest and encourage DeSantis to put amendments in it, to actually have bigger fines on there, have bigger penalties for tech companies, and to protect state candidates from being banned on social media. None of that stuff was in it. There were very weak penalties with very little fines. Really wasn't effective. So they all band together because, they kind of may have some different viewpoints, but they're on the same side of this of we don't want censorship. Censorship sucks and it hurts all of us. That's how we lose. So they went down there. But when Nick went to go down there, he went to fly in a plane and he went into the airport and he didn't have his boarding pass yet. He was supposed to get it, like you do 24 hours before a flight, and he didn't get it yet. But he still went down there anyway, couldn't get his boarding pass. And then he started talking to the flight people, and they said, you can't board the plane. He's like, what are you talking about? And they said, well, you can't. You are not allowed to. So he tries to get another ticket from another airline. Same story. You can't go on the plane. So at this point, he's starting to connect the dots. It doesn't matter the airline. He just simply can't go and fly in a plane because he's in Chicago. And so he even took a video of the exchange. And it sounds like that he is on no-fly list, a federal no-fly list, which is normally what terrorists go on. And they put a 22-year-old streamer on it. This to me is so insane. I'm glad Tucker gave a subtle shout out to it. He didn't mention his name, but look, Nick Fuentes did nothing wrong here. He should not be on that list. This is insane. This is crazy, and this is where we're heading, and everybody's going to be next.
Are we sure that it was just one, that it was federal? Because from what I read, it was one airline. So also...
Nope, he tried different airlines. He spent money on tickets from, I think, 2 or 3 different airlines, and all of them he couldn't go on and fly.
Also, good evening to Scorpio, the Galen Chief.
Let's go.
The Apexican, the bane of
That's racist.
The bane of the Kurgan's existence. So,
hello, Santa. Hey, I'm ready to go. I got everything set now.
Well, glad to have you on here, my friend. So, I've noticed that, as usual, I'm the only one on camera here, but that's fine. Anyway, though, yeah, and in regards to the whole Nick Fuentes thing, I have mixed emotions on that, because I don't think it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone here on my channel, at the very least, that I'm not a fan of Nick Fuentes personally, and I don't think Sean or Alex are either, and I certainly know Scorps doesn't. He and I think, share the same opinion on Nick.
What are we talking about, Nick, right now? What I missed the intro.
He's been put on no-fly list.
Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? Because I've heard another story.
Well, well, that's the thing. The FBI is not allowed to tell you, hey, you're on a no-fly list, or no, you're not on a no-fly list. They cannot confirm or deny that. But you can find out yourself by going to an airport, trying every different airline, and if you can't get on a plane, they tell you can't fly, you're on a no-fly list, probably. 90% chance. I don't see any other reason as to why. And that's what he did. He went to an airport, couldn't go on the first plane, tried a different one from a different airline, still couldn't do it. I think he even did a third one, still couldn't do it. He even captured on video. And when he was talking to the airline people there, they were asking him, his name, things about him, and he was answering it. And one of the ladies even said, like, they were getting tired of all the woke crap at the airports. And one of the ladies even told him, she Googled him, and she said, oh, I can see why you can't go on a plane, because she Googled his name. So I'm pretty sure they put him on no-fly list because he was at January 6th. That's my guess.
Well, yeah, and I mean, not to play devil's advocate, but I'm pretty sure the reason why he was put on a no-fly list is because he was advocating terrorism, basically, with January 6th. If you believe,
well, he's had problems with the airlines before, hasn't he? He's gotten the last I had heard, he'd gotten kicked off a flight for refusing to wear a mask.
Yes, that did happen. And if that were the case for this, outcome, it would have been just that airline. It would have been like every single airline, but he was kicked out before. I didn't see any time where he made terroristic threats or anything like that. All he did was show up to January 6th, give a speech, and leave. He didn't even enter the Capitol. It happened like long after he left, and this is just insane. Like, this is the type of stuff that is going to become a bigger reality, and I think people need to wake up to that. It's going to start with him. It's going to keep moving along. It's like the tech censorship. It starts with somebody you think's a little out there or a little more provocative, and then it gets closer in.
Well, even worse, like, what if they're going to put you on a no-fly list if you don't take your mask off or whatever?
That'd be pretty crazy.
Like, that's even like what's more scary. Like, it's one thing to go and like, and it's fucked up too, for having your political beliefs basically put you on a no-fly list. But what's even worse is if you what if they see you walking around with no mask with like a camera and they go and put you in like a no-fly for like 2 weeks list. And then they do it permanently if you're anti-mask.
Or if you don't have the vaccine.
The vaccine thing is something that I do worry about with them potentially putting on a no-fly list. I think that there is certainly, maybe a risk for that. In regards to Fuentes, though, I mean, the thing of it is he is still on Twitter, as people have pointed out, and I'm surprised that he is still on Twitter. So
I'm shocked too. I mean, he's a bit more strategic, where he'll sometimes delete edgier tweets like a few hours after posting them, but he doesn't really do it that much. But I'm surprised he's still on Twitter. I have to admit, I'm impressed that he can last this long with his notoriety and the things he says. But they took him off DLive, they took him off YouTube, they took him off Airbnb, I think, and a few other things. He's been deplatformed big time, and that's why he was trying to go to this big tech censorship rally and protest to demand that DeSantis put the necessary amendments in the bill. And this is just the bigger picture here. And the silence from a lot of conservatives tells you a lot about those people.
Well,
and Sean, I mean, I hate to say this, but I would say leave that to the Floridians or and whatnot. I do not want Nick Fuentes as part of a conservative movement, and I am, and I've been very I've been open about that. I don't consider him a conservative. I never have. He should have thought twice maybe before January 6th, in my book.
Yeah, but there's no reason he should be on a no-fly list. I mean, you can love or hate the guy, but there's no reason he should be on.
If he is on the no-fly list, the reason he is on that no-fly list is the same reason all these idiots are, because they're stupid. They can't keep their mouths shut. They intentionally provoke things in order to have this reaction. I'm not believing. I can't see any of these doomsday scenarios coming to pass where all conservatives are not going to be allowed to fly or all conservatives are going to be censored. That is never going to happen.
Oh yeah, no, you'll have your cuck conservatives. They can go and fly. That's fine. They don't care if George or Jeb Bush flies.
Well, and you'll have the majority of the population that doesn't care about politics also unaffected. I mean, it's not the only people who are affected by these things are the loudest morons that are out there. Fuentes is one of them.
He shouldn't be on no-fly list.
All right, so here's my thing. Who cares if it's just the people who are loud? Like, they have a freedom of speech. They shouldn't be affected. The fact that we even have a no-fly.
Well, no, they don't. The freedom of speech has nothing to do with being able to fly.
Well, okay, so you can't fly. What if you have a job that requires you to fly? Up, you can't have a job. Up, you're too bad. What if you have family in Europe, and they're on their deathbed? Up, too bad. The government doesn't like you. Up, sucks.
Yeah, you should have thought about that before.
You should have thought about
stupid on social media.
We have freedom of speech in this country. We shouldn't be like in
freedom of travel too.
Yeah,
freedom of movement.
Freedom to travel. If you're U.S.
Is that in the Constitution? You have the freedom to get on a plane.
They had the freedom of travel in the Constitution before they had the fucking airplanes. Yeah,
okay. Well, this
you guys are the ones that said it.
Well, to kind of play devil's advocate, though, this does bring in another thing that I've been railing about for the past couple of years, which is, okay, Nick wants to complain about censorship from, not being able to travel. Take it up with the people who wrote the Patriot Act. That's the real, problem here is, the Patriot Act in regards to the airlines and the fact that we've that we've
Oh yeah,
had
the
this thing.
Patriot Act's bullshit, but the no-fly list has been that's been a thing way longer than the Patriot Act.
Yeah, but I
And
mean, the no-fly list got drastically affected by Sean, and like all I'm saying is that like, maybe is the general perception here seems to be that the right wing incited terrorism on January 6th. I'm not saying that that's what happened, okay? But that's how the normies perceived it, and so therefore, because of that, Nick and all these other people are going to be classified as terrorists. And
yeah, that's the problem. It's such bullshit.
What crime did Nick commit?
None. He hasn't been charged with anything.
Yeah, that's my thing. If you want to go and make it so certain people who, aren't allowed to go on a plane, based on evidence, charge them with something. And give them a means to go and contest that in court. With the no-fly list, you have no way to contest it. You have no sort of method to you can't even see if you're on it unless you it's a guessing game. You had to go and spend money, go to these airlines, waste your time, and there's no appeals process, which is bullshit. Honestly, it's one thing if you do that too for a foreign national, but in the United States, we have a Bill of Rights. We have certain things.
Well, and it's the same thing with freedom of speech. People like to say, oh, well, it's only the Nazis that can't speak. It's only the Nazis that can't travel, which Nick obviously isn't a Nazi, but they always start these extremes. But the problem with the logic with that is the left calls us all Nazis. They're not all terrorists. So, yeah, you're going to start with your Fuentes and your Alex Jones maybe or some other people, but the line's going to keep moving. We're seeing it with tech censorship. First, it's Milo. Next, it's Alex
I disagree
Jones.
with that. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely it will. Absolutely.
I'm curious.
Why would it not?
I'm
if they
curious
can keep getting away with it. When the state has unlimited money, unlimited power. Well, it's limited power, but with this particular thing, they can put anyone on it. If they can put Nick on, they could put me on. I mean, they could put anybody that was at January 6th on. They could put so many people on there, and that's what's terrifying about. Will they put every Republican on? Of course not. It's not an all or nothing thing. But it will be significant people, influential people, people that look. What if they put Trump on there? What if they put Trump on the no-fly list?
I don't see them.
Rallies.
I don't see them
on planes.
I don't see them putting on the form. I don't see them putting the former president of the United States on. I mean, if shit gets,
he has his own plane, doesn't he?
He does, but most people don't. Yeah. What are we gonna do? Create our own airline? Create our own TSA? Create our own government? Create our own country?
I mean,
you're not even allowed to create your own airline. You still have to go and follow the TSA rules. There is no alternative to that. That's one of the reasons why this no-fly list is particularly bullshit. You can't even make your own alternative.
And I mean, I think we all can agree here that the Patriot Act and the no-fly list, to a certain extent, is BS. But what I guess.
Okay, so regarding the no-fly list, I just looked it up right now, and it says that it can be verified whether someone is on a no-fly list or not. It says that if you are a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, and the TSC determines that you are on the no-fly list, AHS TRIP will send you a letter informing you of your status on a no-fly list and providing the option to submit and receive additional information. So Nick would know whether he is or not. We could find out that. He could show the paperwork.
Yeah, he could prove
Yeah, he could prove it, in other words. But I would think that if he's able to know about it, it should be public knowledge. So you could probably FOIA that information. But it's also saying that there is an appeals process. So
yes, that's true. Yeah, and he's looking into avenues, I know, to figure this out. But he said he was never notified. He knew even when he went down to Florida for what was it, CPAC. He knew he could fly then, and he considered doing it, but he decided to drive for multiple reasons. But he did not know about it, and
so wait, I'm confused. He knew he was on the no-fly list, when he went to
No,
Florida?
he didn't.
No,
he didn't
said,
until a few days ago when he tried to go down to Florida.
But all we have to go on is Nick's word, and
No, there's video.
not,
There's video. There's video.
I'm saying it's something that, according to this, should be able to be proven one way or another.
Wait, didn't that
So
Robert Casey-
until he shows that document, we have to take his word for it that he is on the no-fly
Take the word
list.
of TSA. They told him on video. It's on his Twitter.
Wait, Sean, didn't that
Mhm.
Robert Casey guy or whoever the other guy make that allegation a couple months ago?
Patrick, yes. Yeah, I was telling that to a friend of mine who's close to people. I said, wow, Patrick was right again. Yeah, that's what Patrick said. But Nick says he didn't know this. Maybe maybe Patrick is a Fed, and that's why he knew. Wouldn't surprise me. But like, see, the thing to me that makes no sense, because some people say there's a no-fly list, is he was not allowed to go on any airline. Any airline, he has it on video. It's on his Twitter. He wasn't allowed to go on any airline.
Yeah, again, video. I mean, come on, guys. There's legal documentation that, I mean, according to what's just been read, that he could show. Like, I mean, video means all kinds of things and can have all sorts of context. Of course, I haven't seen the video, but I'm assuming that he's being told by TSA agents that he's on a no-fly list. No, you can't.
Well, they tell him they can't tell him. Like, that's the thing about no-fly list is, like, they can't confirm or deny. But they did tell him you can't go on the plane.
But he can, though. That's the thing. So instead of confirming or denying, we're stuck here debating. And you're convinced and other people aren't. I mean, there's
I don't see. I don't know where Scorpio found that thing where they mail it to you. Like,
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that. That doesn't make sense. Like, I've always understood the no.
Why would it not make sense? Why do you?
Are they gonna,
I mean, y'all are coming from this position that the government is this big shadowy organization, and I can understand you feeling that way, but it doesn't. Real life doesn't really work like that.
They do not.
Hang on, let me put the
talk to the feds, talk to the FBI.
Yeah, no, they don't mail that shit to you. I've never heard of that. I've heard where they will go because they've fucked up people's names before. They might not even have your address. Like the entity that's doing this, they might just have your name or an alias.
Yeah, I mean the government
have your social security number enough to block you from fucking getting on a plane. Apparently,
yeah, they know who you are.
They know who the fuck you are. Government document. What government document don't you get in the mail, though?
Senator Kennedy was denied boarding a flight because his name was similar to an alias found in no-fly list. That's from 2004.
Well, found similar to be an alias, but he was proven not to be, and therefore didn't receive any documentation. Perhaps Nick Fuentes is in a similar situation, and instead of confirming or denying that, just lets everybody gets their wheels all spun up about the big bad, obviously not good government and all their overreach. They're certainly doing in many ways, but
I don't think anyone.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's more to the story. Like, don't get me wrong, but this is still something that I think people should be talking about because the no-fly list is bullshit to begin with in many ways, so it's scary and. People should at least think of, even if this turned out not to be true, realize that this is something that could very well happen.
I don't think anyone is denying that the government is way, is way over, way out of bounds. Is way overreaching in many ways. And, I mean, Scorpio and I, all of us have talked how there's a lot of fear porn from the government and from both parties. But all I'm saying is I'm not sure that there could be a case to be made still that, someone like Nick Fuentes, just because he is in questionable states with the airlines, doesn't mean that all of us are now doomed to...
but when you become a public figure...
But hold on, time out. Before you, because I know where you're going with that. But removing entirely, just like anybody else on the planet could happen to, that tries to get on a plane and has a name similar to an alias that's on the no-fly list and is denied access and can get video on camera and post it all over Twitter, or not. that could happen to anybody. I guarantee you that has happened to normal citizens, but they're not Nick Fuentes with a platform claiming all of the things that they claim.
Well,
It's a
Yeah, I mean that kind of stuff happens all the time. This is
Exactly.
something that most people don't deal with being on a no-fly list. But
they had a
it's the same
Marine.
thing as
They had a
it's the
Marine
same
going
thing as
back from
having
the war who got put on the no-fly list and they couldn't get shipped home. Like, that's bullshit.
Yep.
it's the same
And-
thing as having trouble getting your license. You deal with the shit when it happens, and then you go through the steps to get it rectified. And wait, if he finds out that he is deserving of being on that list, which again we don't know if he is or not.
Nick is not a
If
terrorist.
he's deserving of being on the list, then they need to go and throw him in jail or put him on trial. If he's not
Yep.
able to be charged with anything, he should not be on that list.
Well,
The
But
airlines are becoming
it doesn't
body,
have
though.
anything to do with being a criminal.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not,
yeah,
they're not
Yeah, it
sure.
does.
Being a terrorist is a criminal offense.
Again, though, this goes back to the whole thing of the Patriot Act, and with there are so many there are so many shadow laws on the books in regards to 9/11 and the whole Patriot Act that we don't really know what's going on. Even there's so
Again,
much.
Sam, I feel like this whole conversation is spun around a narrative that is because Nick Fuentes is Nick Fuentes. We have no fucking idea, and it could be if it turns out that it's because he's said some things on the internet. Then I would agree that that's not great, but
No, it's
I mean,
awful.
boats still fucking exist, dude. So do cars.
Yeah, he's gonna boat
Yeah.
to Florida.
Why the
He's
fuck
gonna
not?
boat to Florida.
Why the fuck not? How much money you think he's made living in
He's
this
in
mama?
Well, do you know how long
Illinois.
it takes to go and take a
Well,
fucking
he's got.
Dude, he's in Illinois. He can't boat
I-
to Florida. He would
I
have
don't
to.
think- yeah, he can drive.
Cars too.
Yeah, and that would take you what, like 5 days? Like, come on. That's
No, it doesn't take 5 days.
It would take you like fucking 10 hours, maybe.
All
Driving
right,
the
now
speed
let's
limit.
say that he's, let's take the fact that this is Nick Fuentes out of this. This is, let's say, your average Joe. They have a job. They're required to go travel for that job, and they're expected to do it in a timely fashion. You're gonna get your ass fired if you are put on that list because
Why
you
would
can't
you get?
make
Why would the average Joe with the job that requires that travel be put on that list?
because they had a similar name to someone else.
Okay, so then they could appeal it and prove that they're not that person, and it could eventually fly again.
Yeah,
And
but
I don't-
Yeah, by the time you do that, your job's gone. You're screwed.
Well,
Oh, you mean
that's the
okay?
thing
So you
that-
mean the
yeah,
government
but-
intervention wouldn't save your job? What the fuck planet do you guys live on? Come on.
well,
If the
not
government
necessarily.
claims you're a terrorist, you
yeah,
don't
what
make
do you
it to
tell your
work, and then
employer?
you prove you're
What's your
not.
employer gonna think? Oh yeah, by the way, boss, I'm on the no-fly list. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. You come back next week.
It would be, by the way, boss. There's been some misunderstanding of my identity, and I've been identified as a terrorist. And then later,
Yeah,
it's proven you're not that fucking
Yeah, they're gonna
terrorist,
believe
and
you.
you're who you've always been.
Yeah,
And
they're
it's
gonna-
a government fuck up, which happens all the time, all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I mean,
your bosses don't believe that when you have a deadline
Yeah,
due, like the next day.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
You're right, I'm
Mohammed
a-
Al Mazura, and I'm not a terrorist.
Yeah, they even found a guy who was apparently like basically black. The government was trying to go and blackmail him into what was it,
Yeah,
like
that's a good
spying
issue, man.
on like a mosque or something. It was it was a Muslim guy, and they were like trying to go and turn him into an informant. And when he refused, he found himself on the no-fly list. And I think the ACLU actually took up that case. And
Yeah.
it's been going on for years, and it's still in litigation. It's not a fast turnaround process. Like, this stuff takes years and thousands of dollars to lawyers, and then you won't even get your money back.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not something that the average person, even if they were put on there inappropriately, can have any sort of recourse with. It's a bullshit system, and it doesn't even work.
And by the way, I checked on Wikipedia. The ACLU has long criticized the no-fly list and similar lists because of the lack of notification to persons included on such lists.
That's the link that I put in the server. That's where I got the information from.
Yeah, so they don't notify people is what it sounds like.
No, the fact that they notify people, I got it from the ACLU's website.
The ACLU says that when you're on the no-fly list, you get notified.
Yeah, I put the link in the show prep links.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
check
Yeah,
that
like
out.
most government documents, they mail it to your government address. Like literally every government document gets mailed to you. I mean, I don't know why that.
Look,
I mean, although that's not government. Oh, that's not government, I guess.
look, I can tell you from personal experience, and you know, this is actually a pretty funny story in retrospect. But I didn't get put on a no-fly list, but I got pulled out of a TSA line once because when they were swabbing my manual wheelchair,
Rape chair.
they found.
Disavow.
Okay, now, goddamn, Apex, now you're gonna put me on a no-fly list. Damn it. No, but anyway, yeah, the manual rape chair, as Apex calls it, got pulled out of line because I rolled through some, I guess when I was in my dad's garage, like I rolled through some motor oil, and when they swabbed me down, that motor oil registered, and oh geez, when you know it, motor oil is explosive, and whatnot.
You're gonna blow the plane up, Sam, with your wheelchair.
I mean, that was kind of the logic that
Allah
they were. So, look, I'm not disagreeing with you guys that it's. I'm not disagreeing with you guys that the government can't be retarded, and I'm not saying that Nick Fuentes necessarily should be on. What I am. I'm not even sure I'm disagreeing with you, but what I am disagreeing with is a lot of people on Twitter who are saying, "Oh my God, Nick Fuentes did nothing wrong. He's a good boy." And
Did he violate the law? It
Nope.
doesn't matter if you're a good person or a shit person. Did you commit a crime and are being charged?
I mean,
with a crime.
Nope, he's not.
Not at this time.
I don't think anybody's saying that.
I know.
Saying that no, I'll go as far as to say is I don't consider Nick a terrorist.
I don't consider him one either, but I do know that he's being investigated. And
he is being investigated by the feds, yes.
And I also know that because of the Patriot Act, there is. I don't know if it's public anymore, but I do know that there is I know that there is in some section in there, and maybe I shouldn't be repeating this publicly, but I do happen to know, based on what I've heard from people, that you can be pulled off of. You can still be put on a no-fly list if you're under investigation for that sort of thing. So,
which would make sense.
Yo, what's this? From the ACLU, I refuse to become a FBI informant, and the government put me on the no-fly list.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Is this Patrick Casey? No.
Is that the headline? Are you going to read any more, or is the proof of that?
He's
it's a long one. It wouldn't surprise me. And like I brought up the Muslim example, with the job situation, because let's bring the leftist argument to this. What if people are like stereotypical and biased towards you, and they don't believe that you're this, other alias, like your employer, and then that's where you lose your job. But like with Nick, he's fortunate because, like, in one regard, because he is his own entity, but part of his job is like traveling around the country doing stuff, and he was prevented from doing that from each airline he tried. So if he's not on a no-fly list, though, like, what is he on?
Well, see, I think he should be able to go and have legal redress against the government at that point for lost wages. If they're not going to charge him with anything.
I mean,
because he hasn't been charged with anything. He is just living his normal life. He knows he's being investigated by the feds. So I assume he's gotten a visit by them, maybe. He knows that, and he's had a bank account frozen with 6 figures in it, and now he can't fly in the country. Can't fly out of the country.
He had somebody donate him a shitload of Bitcoin recently too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, he's involved in some shady shit, or at least it appears shady.
Yeah,
when
it
you
does appear shady.
Access a normal bank account, you kind of have to go and use some shady things to even.
No, well, that was after.
The fact.
Yeah, that was after the
the
fact.
Bitcoin donation. It was like fucking. What was
I
it?
don't.
I don't even
Was it
remember.
after?
Yeah, it was,
believe
and
so,
I
yeah.
think that's one of the reasons why they froze it. It was like 250 grand from I think a French donor or something like that. So
That's what I was gonna say. 250 grand in Bitcoin.
What? Why are the frogs sympathetic to Nick? I thought Nick. I thought.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's not a real French bird. It's probably Russian.
I thought Nick hated the French. Hey, and boy, I'm on the roll here. I'm arguing.
well, it's Sam. It's America first, unless you got $250,000 to give him.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Yo,
Phil.
Let's go.
What's
Let's
up?
go.
Oh, good.
Hey,
Oh, good.
hey,
Now it's 3v2.
yeah.
Came in here to.
Did you hear that Nick Fuentes had sex with somebody while he was on his last flight before he was put on the no-fly zone?
Is that true?
Yeah,
Who did he have sex with?
yeah, and his butthole is still hurting.
God.
Disavow.
Scorps.
YouTube might be cool with that.
Scorps. This is Phil, who is actually older
Right, Catboy Casey. or
older
whatever.
than you.
Hello, Phil.
And Phil is our resident veteran on this program. So
Let's go. Salute the troops. Thank you for your service.
Thanks for the support.
Fuck the troops, man.
d-
Little pig.
disavow Gamma. Disavow.
He just
Yeah.
is it me? I mean, seriously, is it me or does Nick Fuentes look like he looks like somebody that would like stalk the fucking airline fucking girls on the flight or whatever. Like should they be nice? He looks like the type of guy that would like you know how the stewardesses are all nice to you or whatever. Would you like some extra? Would you like some extra peanuts or whatever? And then he'd be the guy that's like, oh, she's the one for me. Oh, and then fucking try to. He'll be like looking up
He's the
her
type to
fucking.
to get banned, to put on the no-fly list for grabbing one too many stewardesses' asses and taking pictures up their skirts and shit. Like it's happened like a dozen times. Incidents where he's, follow them into the fucking.
He looks like the kind of guy that would like stalk her Facebook and shit and all the personal information, and then send flowers at all the weird times and shit.
Take flights to nowhere when he finds out her schedule, just to make sure he's.
I was on 80 different flights and I still couldn't find her.
My frequent flyer miles are so high right now, guys. You have no idea.
I mean, I'm just saying, maybe Nick Fuentes is right. Maybe he's on the no-fly list. Maybe he's all that.
Maybe he's retarded and a rapist, though.
Or maybe he's just a really weird person, and maybe he shouldn't be flying planes. That's all I'm saying. All of those are legitimate possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, even though he's grown on me, I think he can be a valuable ally.
Cancer.
I think he did some gay shit at some point.
Sean, I think
those vibes.
Gavin's
right on that.
Who, Nick?
And I have nothing against the gays, but Nick, his speaking out against homosexuals is a little odd.
Yeah.
I disagree with it.
I don't
What
see
did
him.
what did y'all think of the Cami date? The 12-hour date.
Ooh. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, the Catboy Cammy thing.
Yeah,
it was
Yeah, I don't-
weird. Okay, hot take.
He's never I've never seen him around with any females of any kind, like whatsoever.
Yeah, the Corey person needs to
It
get
feels like
laid.
he's probably he probably went to he became gay after like years of rejection. It's probably one of those types. You know, you get some gays that are like, you know, biologically like, look, I'm just a different person. Or like you get some people like, you know, this is somebody that's probably gotten rejected at every fucking level in life. And it's like, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm gonna like guys now.
Well, I here's the thing though. Of all the groupers, he's the best looking. He could get chicks. He's got the charisma. He could do it. He could do it. I don't know why he isn't doing it,
No,
but he
that's
could
a
do
little-
it.
Whoa, you gay, bro?
No.
He's not bad looking.
Hey,
Let's be real over
I'm using objective standards.
Sean, how
Objective.
could you? I thought we had something special, bro. I thought we had something
Sam.
special, bro.
Sam,
Yeah, he called it this thing of ours.
Sam, we'll talk after
not
the
me.
show. We'll deal with it off air. Don't bring personal matters out into the open like that.
The Apex Sammy and Sean love triangle. Let's go. So
we have room for a third.
No, nigga, I'm the one filming and taking in all the money.
We have room for
Y'all do
4
what
or
you want.
5 if you really want.
He just comes off as really like he just comes off as really angry all the time too. He's like that, like the mannerisms speak like I haven't gotten laid like ever, and maybe the hint of vagina might maybe calm me down just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he wouldn't be on this no-fly list if he got laid every now and then.
Yeah.
Well, even
Yeah,
Gavin had the funniest speech at like one of these CPAC after parties where he's like, we have like the conservative here, the Republicans, trad people, we have the groypers, and you know what, groypers? I agree, Israel does get too much money, but you guys get too little pussy. And he just like went into this rant about like getting laid, having fun in your youth, building a family. And I was like, that's one thing that's so true about a lot of these trad people is that they're not very trad. And that's something Nick should take him up on. Get a lady, go out on some dates, have some pizza together.
The only legit trad wife I know is in my community, and that would be Sunny from the Interest of Stuff live stream / podcast. So
What are you being serious? Doesn't she have like a sailor's mouth and heavy drinker?
I mean, I didn't say she's perfect, but she is. I'm saying she's a trad wife compared to all these other posers. So she's more of a trad wife than Lauren Southern, who when you posted her pic the other
she's a thought.
day, I thought you were posting like a picture. You might as well have posted a picture of Branded Love or something like that at that point. So
Oh, is that in the Titfield report?
yeah. I can't show on stream, but let me go.
Sam, if you rename your show to that, your sub count will just double magically in a few days, and I don't know why it would, but it just would.
Because people like tits, man. Even Oso de American, the gay.
I'm gonna take my leave now.
No.
Have a great evening.
No.
Challenger.
The impromptu debate is about to begin. Later, niggas.
Yeah, what should we debate about? What's grinding our gears? What's something that can
Do we have an
be
introduction?
bloody?
I don't think I've met this person yet.
I don't think I've even met.
Oh, do we all need to tell our favorite colors, where we're from, our names? We can do that.
I mean, that's gonna have the icebreaker like a fucking Dr. Phil.
Improv games.
We
Dude,
have.
that's my biggest pet peeve is icebreakers. That term just irritates me, and what you do in them irritates me even more. It's like, oh guys, we're new here. Let's do an icebreaker. Yeah, what are we gonna do, kids? We're gonna do two truths and one lie. Oh yay! It's like, okay.
That's human resources, so they can do busy work. I'm pretty sure.
That
I can call it work hours.
That is human resources. So,
should we do the IQ debate? Should we start off hot and spicy with
that?
I consider the debate a success since Apex left.
Throwing some shade there early on.
Well, I'd like to get I'd like to hear what Faggot Bear has to say about the Nick Fuentes no fly thing.
You're calling me in as an expert witness on sodomy? Is that what's happening?
Dude, somebody give this man a sub.
On a side
note, go ahead.
On a side note, you see Stephen Miller started a defense fund or whatever.
Yeah, dude, that thing is so
Yeah.
cool. Let's
You know,
go.
he should. I mean, I think he's trying to raise money for the wrong efforts, though. Honestly, I think if he started a fund that would give groypers at least one free rub and tug at a massage parlor, I think that would help out immensely. Because a lot of these.
Why don't they just own the Patriots?
What? Oh, well, they're trying to score. They're trying to actually score here. That's the goal. If you own the Patriots, you're probably not going to score. Have you seen them last year? Holy God!
Have you seen that woman that gave Robert Kraft the rub and tug? I like it. If you're a billionaire, I don't know what you're doing.
You got to make some sacrifices if you're a groyper. Okay, you can't. You're thinking that they think they're just going to walk right up to the fucking bell of the ball. That's not happening, right?
Okay, just out of curiosity, how many rub and tugs do you think are run by cat boys?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, money talks.
We're talking
okay?
really niche businesses.
Money talks. I get what you're saying. You're not wrong, but I'm saying money talks, right?
I'm the proprietor of a cat boy rub and tug. Yeah, all right. That's like a worse business model than Bertaria, but okay.
Look, I'm not saying that it's I'm not saying that it's maybe legal or anything like that, but I'm saying if it gets somebody to the to the finish line, okay, no pun intended, then then maybe that would change their stuff a little bit. You got a lot of these dudes. So a lot of these groypers are like very
short,
frustrated, right?
Sure.
There's a lot of internal frustration going on in there. Maybe
that's how you become a fucking groyper. Yes.
That's
like you don't get that way because shit's going well in your life. You're not like, all right, good job, check. Hot wife, check. Oh, let's say, oh, hey, Nick Fuentes. No, that's not how shit works.
So look, like, give them a little bit of joy. Make a.
It's like being into Vox Day. Like, you have to be divorced at least once before that shit starts to make sense to you. Like, yeah.
Just get a rub and tug from a fucking a tranny that's missing teeth. Look, it could work. It could work. Okay, you just get to the finish line, and I think at least a couple of these people will be somewhat saved.
I mean,
what's funny is
they bust their nut. Like, what the fuck am I doing with myself? Jesus.
Well,
what's silly here.
What's funny is that Nick would probably actually agree with us because he hates his fans, like unironically. Like when I watch his show or I listen to his call-in show on Fridays, he just hates his fans. Like when they super chat him, they ask like stupid questions. He just like gets angry. He's like, not again.
Yeah,
So,
I mean that's part and parcel of the grifter vocation. All these demagogues hate their audiences.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe Nick Fuentes can get a dude hander or something. I don't know. Like, I don't.
Okay, no, you don't know anything about gay sex, and that's part of your problem. No, no gay dude stops at a handy. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm saying that the possibilities, it could start as a handy, and then maybe it'll work, with something else. I don't know. Look.
Also, Demaricon little means gay F bear in Spanish. And that's like
you're gonna say fuck?
No, I was gonna say the other word. I was gonna say the.
Oh, you mean the other F word?
Yes, the one that Susan Wojcicki will certainly ban me for saying.
Cigarette word.
Yes.
Well, no, I don't think you shouldn't say that word out of like because it's hateful or anything like that. Hell, it's one of my favorite words, but you shouldn't say it because it makes you sound like fucking Davy Crocco.
I say I say it all the time because it's one of my favorite words. Just to like, it's in one of my favorite Dire Straits. I mean, it's in Money for Nothing. So
good song.
But
somebody should make a song called Grifter. That's such an overused word. I feel like it will become a song.
Like, I think in order for any groyper to be a part of the national conversation, they have to be laid at least once. That is the requirement.
I actually agree. Like unironically,
want to participate in this intellectual discussion, you at least need to have vagina at least once in your life. That's
See, I think a lot of these people, if we just bully them enough, we'll get them in the right direction. It's like they have the right ideas in some ways, tradition,
No, no, no,
family.
no. They'll,
You know,
they'll think
little
they're right. They have this persecution complex where if they think that if someone is making fun of them, that means they're over the target or some dumb bullshit like that. The lesson will never sink in. Nope, that's been tried.
I think they're the type. If you're nice to me, you're like, hey, I think you should lay off on the racial stuff a bit. Maybe not gay bash a lot. They're just gonna be like, fuck you. But if you like bully them into it, then they'll listen. Then they'll obey.
When have you seen that work?
Well, nobody bullies them. That's the problem.
I
If
mean,
you have to be a conservative.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of what we do, isn't it? On the GSK subreddit.
I mean, I bully them all the time, and I'm supposedly on their side. I carpet bomb their discords with
If
Playboy
you bully somebody and
centerfolds.
they're not watching, it doesn't matter. Like if you're bullying somebody and they don't see it, then they're
Exactly.
doesn't
Well, that's what I'm
matter.
saying. It's like I've noticed that, like, if you want somebody to go in a certain direction, because I think these kids have some potential. Honestly, it's just they need to get laid, and I think Gavin had the right approach. Just bully them right in front of their faces at a giant after party. That's what he did. And maybe maybe they listened a little. I don't know. I've heard rumors about who some of these people may have slept with, but I don't have any confirmation.
No, we need the where's the drunken abusive father when you need him, right? Just where's that guy? The
Well-
one that's like, oh, you're not getting laid again. Here, let me take my belt off. You're getting a belting.
Well, that's where Owen Benjamin comes in, but he's
No, I mean that's. Does he? Are you sure he spanks his kids or whatever?
well. I could make a joke, but it's gonna turn super dark.
He looks like he's too weird to fucking do that sort of shit.
Yeah, I think he's more of a neglectful type.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking. He's probably too busy finding some fucking weird shit or whatever. Like,
He's already been visited by CPS. I mean,
his old lady's probably like, see, look, your son just got an F on his report card. Like, shut up, I'm trying to fucking give a report on Bigfoot in my fucking woods or whatever. Like, no.
jerk off to lightning.
Yeah.
Owen actually did climb that once. That is one thing I wanted to ask.
Take a drink.
That is one thing I wanted to ask you about. Milo's intervention with said.
I think he's doing God's work. Need to fix someone, save him.
I think Milo figured out, as we all did, that Owen is a lost cause. So.
Did he? I didn't see the full thing actually.
Week, I thought
it was Owen's reaction afterwards that was particularly telling, and I know that, and I know
sure he wasn't joking.
Trust me, there are things that I thought that guy was joking about that he wasn't joking out, but anyway.
On Wikipedia, it says after being banned from YouTube, Owen Benjamin started streaming on D Live. As of November 2020, Owen Benjamin and Nick Fuentes were the two highest earners on the site. I wonder why they banned them. That's so funny. Imagine you have a website, you start this like Twitch alternative, and you're like, yeah, it's gonna be fun, guys. We got PewDiePie on here. And who turns out to be your biggest earner? Owen Benjamin.
Oh, jeez, man.
Owen the moon landing's fake Benjamin. That's funny. Do we want to do the who is a grifter debate?
Yes.
I know that was causing some lightning last time.
Yes.
Do you think Owen's a grifter?
I think I think.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
I think we can all agree that Owen's a grifter. That one's
That's
easy.
grifter spotting for beginners.
If he's a grifter, then why isn't he in anything like big or successful? Because some grifters usually kind of play the game and get into more mainstream things or safer things.
Well, one, he's retarded. And two, no one said he was any good at it. But
So
you're trying to, you're trying. If you're grifting, you're trying to move into a direction that's like more beneficial to you. Like,
right.
I don't see. He just keeps getting weirder and weirder. I don't really call that grifting.
well, what about the whole land deal thing? I mean, that's the biggest giveaway there.
Land deal? What's that?
The Bertaria land deal, where he told his people he was going to buy 10 acres of land, and he was going to set up some kind of campground. At one point, he was saying that it was going to be a place they could live when society crumbled. But he raised how much was it? I think it was $250,000 he raised.
Yeah,
and he wound up buying the land, but he crawfished him. He didn't let him stay there. He's not letting him camp there. He's not giving them anything for his money.
he definitely is a con man.
That's also not the first time he's done that either. He's sold them a bunch of shit and then not delivered on the actual physical product.
That's
none dare call that a grift if you agree with the dumb conspiratard bullshit he says.
Yeah. I mean, he is the most. He is one of the weirdest of the weird, and people say, and it's funny that people still buy his bullshit. It's like, hey, I got this next idea. I bet he's like a great Avon salesman.
he probably
leather perfume, man. You got to fucking buy it. Like, okay.
It's only $19.99.
His wife was a Lularu. Apologies to the women in the chat. I have no Lularu.
Lularoe. I think it's called Lularoe.
Yeah. Thank you.
On topic here. It's Lularoe. Yeah.
However you say that. I'm too straight to be able to pronounce that properly.
What is a fucking Lularoe?
It's a multi-level marketing scam. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cutco,
yeah.
We know. Oh, do we all agree that Cutco's a MLA marketing scam?
I probably don't even know what Cutco is.
Oh, well, we should educate.
That's oldie timey. That's like from the 50s and shit, isn't it?
No, it's
no. This is a modern phenomenon. They literally they leech off of poor ass college kids, in-debt college kids, and they're like, hey, you want to make a lot of money over the summer? Go sell knives and get your friends to do it too. You'll make even more money if you do that.
No, this is old. This is definitely old. They've gotten returning Mormon missionaries to do this shit for forever, but they might be expanding beyond.
They were founded in 1949. Wow.
There you go. Yeah.
They set the record as the longest running scam.
Yeah, and, Mormons love falling for multi-level marketing scams.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a Mormon thing. I knew it. Makes sense.
Well, no, Mormons. It's not a Mormon thing. Mormons are just the easy target.
Oh, it could be both. It could be both. We know people
because similar to conservative pay pigs, if you just tell them the shit they want to hear, they'll do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, you mean liberal pay pigs will do the same thing, right?
Yes, pay pigs in general, yes. But it's easier to get the conservatives to part with their money because they have it.
Because we're successful generally. So
you have 11 viewers right now, Sam.
13, and I'll get.
Oh, my bad.
And I'll get 500 or 600 downloads on audio. So yeah, I haven't sold out well enough. So
here, what defines a grifter? What is the simple definition that we could all go by?
This goes into.
I gave you the definition last week, didn't I? I gave you links and everything. You didn't want to.
That was an essay. I need a dictionary sentence definition.
So someone that doesn't. Oh, do you want me to do it, or you want him to?
Yeah, you can pitch in.
So it's someone who wants to gain money out of a movement that they don't care about.
I was gonna say it's somebody that only cares about money and or fame. That's all they care about. That's all they're doing it for.
Somebody who says they stand for something particularly, but is willing to change that particular thing for pleasure, profit, or personal safety.
Oh shit! Did you come up with that yourself? Like that sounds like it's right out of the dictionary.
So
I just came.
That's pretty good.
So all of Hollywood basically, then.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, they're whores. Like Hollywood's whores. Like they came in. They came in available to anything and anyone. Like they're not like really grifters because you have to actually stand for something at first to be able to. Like no Hollywood, they don't stand. They stand for they've always stood for the next part or the almighty dollar or whatever. Like that's not necessarily grifting. Grifting would require somebody to say that they're X and they stand for X and they're that X to the max, and then whenever something more beneficial to them comes along, then they start adopting that particular thing.
But yeah, those are all definitely part of the three answers y'all gave. All definitely make up what a grifter is for sure. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it is what the dictionary definition is. They're con men. Yeah. They're crooks. They're swindlers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put it in just a few words. But yeah, it definitely all those attributes y'all listed. That's definitely a part of the type of grifter that we're talking about. Because anybody could be a con man. I know I had a conversation with Sam one time. I think one of the first times I've talked to him, and he was asking me, well, what about politicians? And I told him, well, all politicians are grifters. So, mm-hmm. I mean, we're, there's a lot of different subcategories of these grifters. But the ones that we're talking about right now, this is what we're talking. They're crooks, but they constantly change their identity. They constantly have this dire cause that you need to be a part of and you need to help support. This is all part of what we're talking about.
I have to ask, because you said Gavin was a grifter last time, Gavin McGinnis. How is he a grifter?
Well, he's familiar with the Legal Defense Fund?
Yeah, he's the same way. He's got a lot of these shady things going on. He has his dire cause. He's fighting for whatever it might be. If he's fighting for your freedom of speech, he's fighting. Well, look at the name of his damn platform is called Censored TV. He's all about.
Well, he has been censored.
Yeah, but because he's an idiot. That's where we're at the beginning of the show.
Okay. People don't get put on no-fly list because they're idiots. They don't get censored because they're idiots.
Is he on the
no-fly list? These people do.
No, they don't.
Is he on the no-fly list?
No. But my point is, his logic is like whenever somebody.
I just want to make that abundantly clear. Just because one grifter is on the no-fly list doesn't mean like that we're on the slippery slope where everybody is. Thank you.
No, but Gavin wasn't banned from YouTube because he's an idiot. It's because YouTube has a bias against conservatives.
That's the other thing. All these fools are. Yeah, that's where I last saw him. Yes, he is.
His official channel's been banned.
Yeah,
but he's still there. It's just like Owen Benjamin.
Monetized. Boo fucking who?
Like, no, his official channel isn't there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he is censored. He's not on Twitter anymore.
No, that's not what censorship is. His message is still on YouTube.
No, it's not. Can you find his Joe Rogan episode on YouTube? Can you find?
But I'll find you Gavin McGinnis on YouTube.
Can you find us? I'll try and find it right now.
Can
you find his Twitter account?
This is the Whitfield Report Blood Sports edition that we've all.
No, actually, it's not. Good, man. People are actually looking for factual information in the midst of it, and yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Gavin McGinnis channels. Oh yeah.
Wait, are you going for channels now? Because you just said you were going to look for his Rogan episode.
Yeah, it's not there either.
Okay.
And his channel, I said he's been censored. Like, he's clearly been censored.
By who? By YouTube? I don't give a fuck.
Why?
And it's
They're
not. It's
silencing
not.
people that represent us.
Because your right to be monetized on fucking YouTube is not a
It's not
constitutional right, and I
monetization.
don't give a
He's
shit if they want to
off the
kick off everybody
platform.
to the left of to the right of Lindsey Graham. I don't give a shit. Then
You
find
don't
a
care
different.
if
I'll go
people
on
are getting
BitChute. I don't
censored
care.
on the
Is he on
internet for
BitChute?
their political
Has he
views.
been thrown in jail?
Well, not yet. Roger Stone
Oh
wants
no!
to.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're coming.
They put Proud Boys in jail for
Okay,
self-defense.
All right, look at what's going on in China. Do you think that that is something that could happen in the U.S. with the social credit system and the police? Because we've already done a lot of the social credit stuff, like we were talking about earlier, with the no-fly list. Like that's been a part of the Chinese social credit system.
It already
Are you
is.
okay
Do you
with
know how
what
much
they do
information Experian has about you?
Well, yeah, but that's completely different. That's actually a credit score that you get from, experience stuff. Like that makes sense. But this stuff that they do in China, it's not like, oh, your experience score. It's more like, oh, this is your score for, like if you're friends with the wrong people, they'll give you a detriment. Are you okay with that?
You don't think Experian will do that?
They don't care. I know how to get my credit score up. I did it. I rebuilt my credit score. I have like 800 now.
You can't do that when you're banned from YouTube or Twitter. You don't even know why
you
you're
can't
banned.
Increase your credit score when you're banned from YouTube.
What?
Did you say you can't increase your credit score when you're banned from YouTube?
No, I'm saying if you're going to compare us to a credit score, if a credit score, you can improve it. When you're banned from YouTube, you're done. You don't come back.
You could improve your social credit score in China too. I'm sure you can.
Yeah, you have to go and suck off Xi Jinping to get increased that credit score. You have to go and do stuff like that. Just praise the Communist Party.
Yeah, you have to go to a labor camp for a good 2 years, maybe 20.
Have you been to China?
Okay.
No, but I do have
go to China. It's gonna be real fun. I mean, let me ride in the streets freely.
I do have a Chinese medical. I do Chinese acupuncture though.
So are we gonna have another Hunter Avalon situation here? Like, can we at least agree that YouTube is censoring conservatives?
No, because look, Gavin's Get Off My Lawn episodes are still current on YouTube. I'm looking at him right now. He's not censored from YouTube. He might not have a channel there personally,
banned,
but he is still on YouTube. It's the same as Owen
not.
Benjamin. They are still on YouTube on various forms, in the form of mirror channels, in the form of clip channels, and in Owen's case, he has a damn channel there again. He has a channel that he personally streams on every day.
Been censored. Gavin can't go on YouTube and upload whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I think that
definitely the downfall of the West.
I think that
this is how we kind of start losing elections.
I think.
Oh no!
President Trump was banned from Twitter.
Not elections.
All right. If that's the country you want, you can have it.
Even the president of Mexico admitted that the Trump's banning from Twitter was problematic, to use one of.
Because they're worried it sets a dangerous precedent. Banned a sitting president at the time.
The pendulum will always swing the other way. It always tends to swing the other way. When it goes into one direction, it'll eventually swing to the course of whatever is most beneficial to whoever owns the pendulum. So like YouTube, right? It's going to be, who's to say that it doesn't start targeting liberals down the road? Like,
I hope it does. Good.
What happens when it targets? Well, you're fine. Wait. Why are you good with that? Because I'm good with it probably for a different reason. But why are you good with that?
I'm not.
I was saying the guy.
Yeah,
I didn't know who was talking, but they said it was good.
Oh no, I think it would be good. Go ahead. ban them. Like if you have rules, then apply them to everybody, and then everybody can whine all the time and think that it's their constitutional right to be monetized on fucking YouTube. Like
It's
Crowder.
not monetization. It's being able to have a freaking account.
Okay, he just showed you that Gavin's still allowed
No,
through
he's
various means to
not.
be on YouTube, and if they're
Dude,
not
Yeah,
banning him
and I
entirely,
think I
then
think we're
really
getting.
we're
We
talking
need to
about
define.
monetization. And
dude,
I
he
don't give a fuck. Like
Gavin
I
does
really
not.
don't give a shit about these people and their
So-
super chats. I'm sorry, it's not a
We-
conservative thing.
It's
It's not a
not-
liberal thing.
it's
It's
not
not a
about
fucking free
super
speech thing.
chats.
Like,
It's
We
about
need
it's
to
about
come to
having
an
a
agreement
voice.
on what censorship is. That's where we're having a misunderstanding. Gavin is not censored if his videos are still allowed on YouTube. That's not censorship. That's just.
But
And given that his channel is
No,
banned
not.
itself,
Are his
that's
videos even
just
allowed?
lip service.
Or people just bypassing the rules?
No,
They're
that's what I'm
flying-
saying. It's just lip service. Gavin himself
No.
getting his channel removed is the lip service. If his message is still on YouTube, he is not censored.
All right,
Yeah,
but
he
they're
is,
not
because
letting
not
him-
everything's on there. He can't put whatever he wants on there.
Well, it's even worse because
He doesn't have that right. He doesn't have the right to put whatever he wants on there. But he is not censored, given that his videos are still on YouTube.
Here, you want a better example? Alex Jones. There was an interview he
don't-
did
I
with
see a lot of Alex Jones on YouTube also.
No. Listen, he did an interview with a comedian on there, and that got pulled down because
You're not
Alex
talking about
Jones was
ROTC, are you? Mersh is not a comedian.
No, it's this
No.
dude that's in Florida. Actually, I forget his name. I can
Yeah, that's the idiot, Mersh.
Mersh.
Okay, why do you care if people are idiots? Like, why is that?
Yeah, why is that your
Oh,
big
this
breaking
person's
point?
Stupid. This person's stupid. You know what?
Uh,
You know, they probably like people. Probably,
I don't care. They have that right to be stupid. Are you the
Well,
you're
idiot
saying
defender?
that-
Or?
It's just
okay,
like,
can we agree if there are really complex terms of service that have a whole lot of complex rules, then you might need a little bit of intellect in order to figure out know what you can and cannot say. And if you're a fucking moron, you might be more likely to get banned.
can
it's not even that they're complex. It's that they're not like set in stone. They're not. You know,
They're
you can have
vague.
complex legal
So they're
documents.
complex.
So here's the definition of censorship: the suppression or prohibition of any parts of books, films, news, etc., that are considered obscene, politically unacceptable, or a threat to security.
Yeah, that's Alex Jones and every conservative that's been censored. Yep.
Can we at least all admit that YouTube has banned some ridiculously dumb shit that shouldn't be banned? Like among all fronts,
%.
basically.
I can't think of any examples, but sure.
Yeah.
Does anybody think Alex Jones should have been banned from YouTube?
I feel like it's,
I don't
it's okay
care.
if
Like-
it's okay. Like for me, it's okay if YouTube has rules or terms of service or whatever, but they have to
Right.
be but they really need to be applied equally. Like if you
Yes.
either apply them equally or don't have any terms of service at all. Like that's your, that's a stand. Like, and the one of the recent terms of service that bother me is something that they have the right to remove anything that they feel is not commercially viable. Well,
That's us.
I mean, well, what's commercially viable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of subjective terms in there, subjectively vague terms that can be can be construed in multiple ways. And I mean, if you give some of these, like, Bay Area liberals the ability to frickin', if you're going to let them be the arbitrators, then of course they're probably going to lean in a particular political direction.
Oh, they
Whereas-
lean hard in that direction.
Right. Yeah, but I'm
And-
saying,
I think what's important is, like, I hear one guy saying he doesn't care about that. I think we should all care about this,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, of course we should care, because the pendulum will always swing the other way. I mean, it always tends to swing the other way.
Can you have
Changes-
free speech without YouTube?
Yeah. Yes, but here's the other problem though too. So I'm glad you brought that up. YouTube is a major corporation. They're pretty much like I mean they're a global multinational corporation.
See, I don't like the ability. Good thing you brought that up, Sam. I don't like how people call the social media like these private companies. I don't consider them private companies. These are publicly traded corporations with government subsidies that are used for governmental purposes. Like,
and they're
all of
oligopolies.
them, each of them have government
How much government subsidies did Twitter get?
Let me see.
I'm going to need a source on that one.
Let me. I'd have to.
Yeah, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I don't know
financials.
about it.
But they have government accounts. But they have government accounts that publish government information on their account.
That's true.
So,
like Donald Trump, and they removed him.
And what percentage of the population is on Twitter?
A lot.
Really? You think it's a? Can we look that up?
Bro, Twitter's like one of the biggest platforms.
Yeah,
it's about 7%.
The biggest.
Facebook has over 2 billion.
Yeah, well, we're just talking about Americans.
Facebook has a lot. Twitter doesn't. Yeah.
Twitter has a lot.
They all have a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What do you? And I have to ask more importantly, why don't you care about
ABC
prominent
is seen in
conservatives
what,
being
50% of households? Does everybody have a right to be on ABC?
What?
ABC is seen by 50% of households. Should ABC not have any editorial control over what goes on the air?
It's not user.
That's a false equivalency. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't go on ABC. I can go on Twitter. They're two totally different things.
Okay, so just to answer that question somebody asked, it says that 22% of Americans say they use Twitter.
Yeah, it's a very big thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look, people run their businesses on Twitter. People make their earnings on Twitter and Facebook. I'm working for a company, 2 companies that are doing that right now. Like, they have become important parts of our lives. The internet, especially, should be considered a utility if it hasn't already, and should be given civil rights protections for access for people. But I don't understand why you don't care about these people being banned. When the sitting president's banned, when prominent conservatives are banned, why don't you care about this?
Because it doesn't affect my life in the slightest.
Okay, see, that's where you're going.
And that's what I tried to explain to you last week. It doesn't affect anybody. It doesn't affect anybody's life at the end of the day. Now, hold on. I got to correct myself because I'm seeing that it's saying only 7% of the population uses Twitter.
So 93% of people do not give a flying fuck whether you're banned on Twitter or not.
See, though,
when you guys get banned, I will laugh. I will just say that.
Okay, great. I'll laugh too. You know why? Because I've never I haven't tweeted in like 7 years or so. So if they ban me, it's going to be for who I follow. So it'll be like being blocked by Nick Fuentes.
Don't you think it's still wrong that the sitting president is banned from a platform where he can send his message out?
Look at Biden's account right now.
Okay,
I'm talking about Trump.
Fucking retard.
I'm talking about Trump when he was.
You just said the sitting president. Did you not?
At the time he was a sitting president.
Oh, I got you.
He was a sitting president. That's what I said.
And
at the time, he was a sitting president and
rigged the election too. By the way,
at the time he was the sitting president. No, he still had his president account. They just took away his personal account.
No, they won't have his president account.
Yeah, they deleted his tweets when he tried to post on the POTUS account. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, clearly, Twitter is silencing conservatives, and they're affecting elections.
Then don't go on fucking Twitter.
Well, that means the elections aren't going to be affected. That just means you won't see it.
Have you heard of Social Galactic? You should try going on there.
Oh, gee. Oh, gee.
And how are elections being affected if only 7% of the population uses it?
Everybody knows what Trump says on Twitter. They blast it on the news. It's everywhere.
No, how are the elections being affected with that minor amount of the population?
Dude, first of all, I don't believe that statistic. Secondly, Twitter has been used to influence public opinion.
Okay,
It's
well,
been used for campaigning.
and
Trump's campaign
It's not
team
just
accounts.
Twitter, and it's not just Twitter either. It's Twitter,
True.
Facebook.
Facebook.
It's like I mean, like Facebook is probably one of the most common used apps on the planet. Like for
Yeah.
businesses, political stuff, personal, whatever.
What if look at it this way too? What if Trump wants to run in 24, which he could? He can't tweet. He can't post on Facebook. He can't reach people that way. That's how modern campaigns are done. That's what Obama started and Trump revolutionized. That's a significant disadvantage. Laura Loomer, she doesn't have a Twitter account. She doesn't have an Uber. She doesn't have a Facebook. She can't do
Okay, now I'm
any of the
definitely in
things
favor
we
of
can do.
censorship
And
if
she
Laura
was
Loomer's
trying
off
to
of
run
everything.
for Congress, and
mean-
she couldn't reach people as effectively as she could because she was banned on all those platforms.
I mean, Michael.
The district she was running in, do you think that she stood a chance even if she had every
Doesn't
platform known to man?
matter. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
okay.
Bruh, she was. How was she at on an equal playing field to her opponent who had access to all those things too?
I mean, so Michael Tracy,
Well,
who
her
was
opponent
pretty
wasn't
far
incumbent,
left.
First of all, you what? What'd you say?
Michael Tracy, who is pretty far to the left, wasn't. It has been banned off Twitter too. So
See,
When
this
did
is
that
what's
happen? I
happening.
didn't know that happened.
that happened
GSK normally keeps me up on these things.
because GSK only pays attention to
Not true.
the right wing.
Do you want
when
Twitter
was
deciding
Tracy
your
banned? Can you answer
elections?
my
Because that's
fucking
ultimately
question?
what they're doing. Do you want Silicon
When was
Valley
Tracy banned and what
elites
for? Can
deciding
someone
your
answer my question?
elections?
He was. Well, you said GSK doesn't inform you, so I'm just telling you that's that's why. But he was banned.
Yeah, we've talked about Michael Tracy before.
Yeah, we follow the Tracy beat pretty closely, honestly. I'm kind of surprised to hear this. I haven't been on Twitter in a while though.
I mean, he
I'm
might.
one of the 93%.
I mean, he might have been reinstated. But I know he's.
There we go. Okay.
I still though he was banned at one point. I know he's banned for talking shit about the Syria bombing when Trump drops bombs on Syria and what's his face.
Here's another thing I think that's important to tech censorship too. When I tried to share a censor.tv link on Facebook, it wouldn't let me do it. This happened about a year or so ago. Facebook and these other big tech companies aren't just censoring people. They're censoring literally websites, places you cannot even share on Facebook. They also
Shit, I
censored
can't
the
see
Hunter
paywalled
Biden
rage porn on
story.
Facebook? Damn.
What?
I can't see paywalled rage porn on Facebook anymore? What's this country coming to?
Oh, you couldn't even share the Hunter Biden story too. Every social media major like Twitter, Facebook, they didn't let you share the story. That's directly affecting elections.
Oh, so I want to see your rage porn. That's what I.
Oh, I'm doing it right now.
I want.
It's just dudes who are under 300 pounds.
Yeah, and you rage on them, right?
Yeah, eat something.
Yeah. Let's see.
So what should we do? IQ next?
I
see the tech censorship was successful.
I
'Cause
think
we debated that I think IQ is the closest we can get to a standard measure of intelligence, and Scorpio said not. Does anybody agree or disagree?
I think that IQ is part of the
definition, and it wasn't. That's what we talked about last week.
Yeah, I'd like to go and see what other methods that could be used for measuring intelligence are better than the IQ.
Well, I would posit being able to maintain a YouTube channel.
Oh, so that's okay. So that's a measure of intelligence. Okay.
I think right-wing death squads are a measurement of intelligence.
Yeah. That seems...
Apex says kill the stream. No, bro. You come
No,
back. You come
it's
back.
spicy.
You come
Why-
back here.
When I hear this, is he a pussy?
Yeah, man. Why do you want us censored?
We're
You want to take us down?
Apex. We're not killing the stream. You come back in here. So you actually I gotta call Apex real quick. He ran away from the stream when Scorpio came on last week. So
Yeah, he didn't want any part of that cringe intervention.
like
Model for Life in our chat says these guys debate worse than the people who think there are 1,000 genders. Boo. I don't know who she's talking about, but I would never say there are 1,000 genders.
Oh, who?
Well, it wasn't supposed to be a debate either because somebody dropped the ball on that one.
Whoa, shade.
I said it. I said this was supposed to be a discussion. So
okay, the one debate I wanted to have was with Kat, and it was on the topic of should people who live in their car spend their few funds on shitty weed, and she and I could not come to terms on whether that debate should happen because she wanted to add the stipulation that she would not debate any psyops, and anything she doesn't like is a fucking psyop. So a debate would be impossible. But the one person I really wanted to debate was fucking Kat living in her car with plastic aliens.
Okay, well, also you can't debate those people though, because they're not even on the same planet, bro. That's like me trying to debate Stephen Hawking on who is the better wheelchair guy.
Well, how shitty is the weed too?
Well, he's dead. I think he'd win by default.
Yeah, you would win that. You would win that fight. Sam.
Okay, theoretically, if he were alive, so.
Well, I think even with all your stuttering, you could outspeak him for sure.
I don't.
He talks like a robot.
I don't stutter, motherfucker, most of the time. So.
I can fix that if need be.
I know you can, Sean.
Son, let's have a talk. We'll fix that real quick.
I warned you about handing me a warm beer, boy.
This isn't Britain, god damn it. We drink cold here. What do we want to discuss then?
Drink.
I said we as a country, but
one thing I wanted to discuss, and even you and I have disagreed on this, Sean, so this should be fun. Is Milo straight, or is he?
Ish. He's getting there.
No.
Well, wait. Actually, let me actually before I give an answer. In his behaviors, or.
What are you talking about? What the fuck you mean straight in his behavior?
Because you could be.
Dick in his ass.
let me put it this way, because this will make more sense. You can be gay, and I know this is weird, but there are people that do this. You could be gay and not do gay things. Like you can have attractions to men, but you don't act upon them.
Yeah,
What are you telling us?
You can have attractions to women and not act on them either, and it's called.
Yeah, what are you telling us here, Dex?
Yeah, no. You can have it. You can be attracted to women but not act on them. That's called being a groiper. Okay.
I said incel, but yeah, you got it. Well, think of it this way: if let's say Milo, let's say he marries a woman and he sleeps with a woman for the rest of his life, is he still gay?
He's bisexual, I guess.
Time out. Let's all just pretend that the idea of bisexuals haven't existed since, like, as long as recorded history, as far as I'm aware. And someone can't grift one way or the other. What's more appealing than a fucking hardcore conservative homosexual? In the internet sphere, you all love him. You make excuses for the things you pretend to hate because he stands for the things you stand for politically. Not you guys specifically, although kind of, but just in general. So now all of a sudden, he's flipping the script. He's he's changing the game, man. It's what grifters fucking do. Fuck, are you fucking kidding me? It's not that he's not funny. It's not that he's not funny. He's definitely funnier than Owen. I give him that. But
Really low hurdle to leap there.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
right.
yeah, obviously,
Bar so
obviously,
fucking
very,
high.
very low hurdle. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that seems obvious to me.
So do you know that he actually threw his wedding ring into the ocean recently?
Yes.
Oh, so he literally did a Titanic, like where
Yeah, it
the
was
old
funny.
lady
God.
jumped. Oh,
And
Jesus.
I'm going to assume there was at least 2 camera angles of this.
Yeah.
I
And-
could just
it's
hear
on- yeah.
Celine Dion.
It's on video.
And dude, that's kind of my point. That's pretty fucking gay to like film you.
You do have a valid counter argument there.
to film like a real man would just throw there, and I know this because a friend of mine, like, you know,
You
his
remember at the fucking pawn shop
his-
and
No, you pawn it off and you know, spend the money trying to get some other piece of ass. That's
yeah
the policy.
a real straight man would do what my friend did, which is to you know, throw their ring into the bay, scream like for 10 seconds, and then go have a beer with the rest of us. So
I mean, he had wine beforehand, so he kind of did in reverse. But
still
I
gay.
believe he is trying.
Oh boy.
Oh god, I'm pulling up the video for him where he's throwing the wedding ring into the ocean, and I'm literally getting an ad for a wedding ring. That's amazing.
There you go.
But I think he's serious about it
Wait,
because
shit. Does that mean every vendor who doesn't sell wedding rings is being censored by YouTube?
I don't know what to say to that.
Ozo's just being snarky at this point. You know why?
Yeah.
You know why Ozo's being
we want him
snarky?
gay. Yeah.
Because he's gay.
Ooh, burn.
Oh,
No,
I know that.
what the fuck do you mean, burn? It's the best.
I wasn't
Joke.
I wasn't trying to burn him either. I was just saying.
Still hit a nerve.
So
Contrary to popular belief, I came in here on Scorps and homosexual bears side. There was
A
a whole point to me
homosexual
being here.
bear is.
Yes, I'm agreeing with Apex. That's how dumb everybody else is.
It's not just called a bear at that point.
No, it's called a wolf.
Well, it's not like the gay dudes with the fucking.
Wait, do you
Childish,
not
dude.
know what a gay bear is? Like, Jesus Christ. Owen's so bad at his job.
What a gay-
You
Isn't
know,
that-
I have hold on. I have an admission to make, mostly to Oso here, but for everyone listening, and especially everyone in the chat. I live in a highly Hispanic area, and I have met more than 2 Rottweilers named Oso, and I only know their name because of you, Oso. Even though I grew up in a Hispanic area, I didn't know the fucking name for bears, dude. Come on, like, hi, where's the bathroom? You know, excuse me, maybe, but yeah.
Do you know Activo and Pasivo?
No.
How's this related?
What were you asking, Alex?
And I was confused at the relevance of the diatribe.
Nothing.
I'm
It
confused.
was literally just to. It was literally just to shove a
I'm
fucking.
confused
wedge
at the
into
relevance of
everything
this
up your
show, but we're still here.
If you don't want to be on it, you know, like, yeah.
Well, if we want to go into relevance, I'm confused as to the relevance of your subreddit. So,
Hey, if
but
we want to make it
Ooh,
relevant, we
light
can
it
get
up.
some spicy debates on like race. You know, we could get really edgy if you want.
oh
I
sure.
think Sammy just called. Scorpio out on the relevancy of his Reddit. Let's focus on that real quick. What do you got to say about that, Scorpio?
That makes sense.
No,
we are the number one depository of mocking Silver Squeeze.
Apex.
Did the autism puzzle pieces like click in your mind, Alex? Like that meme where it's like it's holding up in the sunlight. It's like click.
It's like, yeah, it came from Reddit. That should explain.
Apex, I have a confession to make. We invited you in here because we all think that you you know, well, we each have something to say to you.
While he stutters, can you guys finish the sentence, please? Somebody, if you guys were all talking about it before I got here.
Is this just bullying hour? Like, I like this. Can we do this more often?
We are concerned.
Yeah, well, I guess
about
we're gonna
you
go
here.
full blood sports. No, I think that ship sailed
We
already,
are-
Sam.
We are concerned that you're going in a different direction than everybody else, and we just want you to come back.
Yo, is Lindsey Graham here?
Okay. Ooh, there we go. That's
know
something
what?
we probably
I-
won't
you know
debate
what? I
on.
will
Is
not-
Lindsey Graham
I
gay?
will not.
No,
I will not.
absolutely not. I'm not even like trolling or anything. I
Not-
don't think Lindsey Graham's gay. I
What?
think
Okay.
Not even
I
a-
think he's
Unpack
just a
that
boomer
one.
Southern dandy. If you go to South Carolina, there's a ton of like dudes that are very similar to him, and I really don't think he's gay. Like,
So they're all gay then. Fuck, man. I didn't think the South would be that gay.
Well, where's his wife?
Probably got-
If he's
Are you
not-
kidding?
Yeah, where's
Lucky
his
dirty
wife?
fucking
Why isn't he
mouth,
married?
boy.
Where's that marriage material floating around in that piece of ass?
There's
got the
not.
money.
Have you looked at him?
Like,
Like,
everybody's a prostitute, you know.
Dude, he's got the.
What?
he might be asexual. Like, that's about as far as I'm
That
willing
doesn't
to go, but-
exist. That does
Yeah.
not exist.
Man.
Okay, it seems unthinkable to you, but no,
No,
it
it doesn't
definitely
exist.
exists.
You know, like unless you had your penis chopped off or something.
Everybody's got a natural
Wait,
attraction to something.
what about the 93% of people who aren't on Twitter? Do they not exist either?
You probably.
Mm,
Lindsey Graham appears like the kind of guy that like burns himself.
Also,
in the basement
when you get
to
older, you
suppress
just
his
care
gay
about
feelings.
sex less in general. Like,
that's what sucks about getting old.
I don't know, dude. I used to know someone who worked at a nursing home, and they'd probably.
No, it just gets weirder.
Tell,
It gets weirder.
Yeah.
tell that to Hugh Hefner. So
He's dead.
That nigga was pumped full of so much like intravenous, experimental
yes,
Viagra.
a very representative
okay, still.
sample of old people. is
Yeah,
Hugh Hefner.
thank you, Sam, for that. Oh, one of the fucking richest people in the world for. Never mind.
So, yeah, that's what I'm like. That's what I'm saying. Like when people say like, it's never too late to have children. Look, Mick Jagger had a child at like 70. Like, yo, Mick Jagger is a fucking multi-millionaire rock star. Okay, who
Yeah,
has an
Mick
ample
Jagger.
amount of resources.
That dude froze that jidge when he was fucking 22 years old and had it injected into some woman when he was 60.
Honey, it's never too late. Like, no, it's for some people it is too fucking late.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're gonna like stay up for that shit. Who'd want to deal with that? Like 80 years old. Oh yeah.
Oh
Touch
well.
my balls, yeah.
Never mind.
But yeah, I was saying Lindsey Graham's probably one of those guys that like burns himself in the basement to suppress his gay feelings.
I believe it. I could see it. He doesn't have a wife.
Yeah,
Still doesn't.
Instead of gay, he's got his own like.
Well, neither does
Dude.
Milo, and you don't think he's gay.
Well,
He's
he's
got his own-
just thrown the ringer in the ocean. He's
Lindsey
not gonna
Graham
just-
has got Lindsey Graham has got his own do-it-yourself fucking like BDSM kit where he like straps himself up and can still beat the shit out of himself. and
How old is
cut
Lindsay?
himself.
Like Milo is still
He's rich,
young
man.
in his prime. Lindsay's like creeping on like probably his 60s or 70s. 65. Ooh.
Milo.
Milo hit the grift away.
Nah, he looks a lot older than that.
Look, he's got a whole bunch of corrupt DC money. He should be all right.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe the reason he's probably not married is
Lindsey
because
Graham is 65 years old.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. He's probably like running Epstein's side gig. That's
Jesus, McConnell's almost 80.
Yeah, that sounds
Dude,
about
he
right.
looks like he's a fucking 180. Are you kidding me? Have you seen his skin?
Also,
got
he's
no
been there for
fucking going
forever.
on
Like,
there,
I can't
man.
remember a time when he wasn't.
That's
Dude,
what
he
happens
looks
when
bad.
that's what happens when you lived without a soul for like 50 years. Like it just like you.
Yeah, he crawled out of his turtle shell and got exposed to sunlight and had lost his soul. And this is what the final product is.
That's the thing, is like human sexuality is somewhat fluid, and for some people, they could just like wherever the money is, they'll put their dick, and that's where like Milo and probably Lindsey Graham also is.
That is a fact, man. I mean,
is
it's
probably
uncomfortable
very
for a lot of people
that is
to admit
actually
that.
very
I mean, shit. If you gave me enough money, I'd crush a badge. I don't care.
I don't know.
Fuck yeah, you would, dude.
Especially if it was on like a trans dude and it was like still
Like, if
fucking
it's
a
like-
dude, but like a dude with a badge.
Listen, like with burgeoning teenagers for decades, they will make sacrifices to obscenely disgusting women just to put their dick in something. You know, that's biologically a woman, at least.
Tell me more about this.
Decades ago.
Tell me more about
No,
this,
I'm just
Apex.
I'm referring in general, sir. Just referring in general. I've heard lots of stories. I'm not going to retell them.
Where did,
I have none of my own.
Where did the neighbor lady touch you? Come on.
Nope. That was a male lady, and that was a secret. But the point was, like, yeah, I mean, sexuality is fucking weird, man. And
I want you
Go
to
ahead,
point
Phil.
on the doll. I want you to point on the doll where the bad man touched you, okay?
The U.S. Senate.
use this piece of mail addressed to
Did
your
anybody
mother.
see random moment here? Did anybody see the Caitlyn Jenner video where Caitlyn Jenner was talking about seriously,
girls shouldn't be in training girls. Yeah.
That right
Yeah.
there is a clear example that the GOP has no fucking identity whatsoever, right?
No, it's all.
No, it doesn't. They don't know what to do post Trump. The establishment's
They
trying
didn't
to
know
pull
what to do
things
while
back.
he was around either.
Hold on. Oso, what? I can't hear Oso. I'm going to turn the rest of you motherfuckers down. What are we saying?
It's all like just responding to rage porn. That's pretty much it. That and owning libs. That's pretty much all I got.
Pretty much.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So with Caitlyn though, now that we're in a time where Trump has been politically exiled, the GOP wants to bring the establishment back into power. So they're propping up Tim Scott to tell everybody that Republicans aren't racist, even though we have a border crisis and COVID lockdowns and the election reform and all that jazz. And then you have Caitlyn Jenner running in California.
They should definitely be more racist. That's the way to win elections.
No, that's not my point. My point is that, and because Tim Scott did this response after Biden's State of the Union, and instead of focusing on immigration, which is one of the most important issues to conservatives, the economy, COVID lockdowns, tech censorship, and every other big important issue that kind of gets people excited, he did a whole 45 minutes just telling people Republicans aren't racist.
About the
thanks,
greatness
Tim.
of America, and we're not a racist country at all. Like,
it's so irrelevant. We know this.
Oh no, we're racist, man. But it's okay to be racist. You shouldn't hurt people.
Like, it's just like it's. They really, the GOP really don't have a clear cut identity. Like, I mean, there's nothing when Caitlyn Jenner is standing more for women's rights in sports than Christy Noam.
Yeah.
You got a problem.
Question: Who here can name an NWHL player?
No one watches women.
No one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're all really concerned about this thing that nobody gives a fuck about.
No. What are you talking about? Women's sports is big
nobody
in
gives
local
a fuck
communities.
about women's sports, and I'm tired of hearing
in
people
local
like they care about women's sports. Who won MVP of the WNBA last year?
NBA, fuck sports.
Again, also brings up
I
a
don't
very
care
good
about
point.
sports, but women are that get into varsity. Well, they have a future.
The reason this is important is because if you can get a picture of somebody who looks like a big scary black man and give divorced dads the idea that they might be showering with their daughters, that gets the pay piggies turning. It's not an issue that normal people are actually facing.
You,
well, no, I mean,
but
if you
it
have
affects
a daughter,
a lot of other
if
people.
you have a daughter, if you have a daughter and she wants to play sports, yeah, it'll affect her.
Yeah.
Cool. Which NWHL team is she gonna play for? Name an NWHL team.
She's not going to play for any if a fucking tranny beats her to the punch.
And where's that
Yeah, 'cause
happening?
it's-
Where in
Look,
women's
this is
pro
what I'm
sports
saying.
are
You
you
want me to
seeing
bring up the
trans athletes?
The
videos?
problem is, because
Yes, show me a video of a women's pro sport where there's a trans athlete, and you're going to show me one, and it's going to be a someone who was born female.
I can show you state high school fucking
Exactly,
record
and that's where it'll
breakers.
end. Thank you.
I can tell. What about or the
It's a big issue. It does do high school sports not matter?
Thank you. I accept your.
Bro, high school sports are very important to a lot of people. They're not to me, but they are to other people. Like, you keep looking at things that affect you, but what about other people?
I mean, it honestly brings an interesting question in my mind that I don't know exactly how to. Oh, he left.
Yeah.
Oh,
that I
really
don't
scared
know
me.
exactly how to
God,
Google.
That was just
Um,
circular
but-
arguments. I can't stand that douchebag.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, I like the argument. I think that he was trying to give is like not very like I don't know. You're arguing with a small example for somewhere, but like, look, what we're trying what I try to argue is like anybody that has a daughter, like anybody that has a
Yes.
daughter and they want to compete in a sport, right? Even to get into that professional sport, right? You have to stand out in junior high, high school, college, whatever, right? In order to get to those pro levels, right? And it's going to be really fucking hard to get to those pro levels when in the college ranks, in the high school ranks, you have, some tranny that breaks
Sure,
records.
you're right. But what I was actually thank you, because I was actually just gonna say before I realized he was gone, or to play the other side of the argument here, to try to make it 3-on-3, was that now in a world where there's no college or professional teams other than one that can be, apparently, I don't know this for a fact, but whatever he said, there's one example you can pull up, who was a female to male transgender. If it's if these recruiters for college and professional are not looking for the transgenders, or they're looking beyond, if they're not looking past the criteria that doesn't exist for them, which would be a transgender in said sport, they would be looking for the next best that falls into the categories that they can recruit for, so that lines up logically for me.
Yeah, and I think that was the argument, is that there are no they're not allowed. The what is it? The male to female transgenders are not allowed in these women's pro sports.
Right.
Fallon
Beyond
Fox
high
in the
school and-
MMA.
Okay, which was pretty quickly stamped down.
But that's not a high school. Women
you
are
guys
not doing
want
MMA in high
professional,
school.
that's professional.
That's
Yeah.
what y'all are talking. That was your whole big argument, is that
Well,
they're
there's
just
also
trannies.
at the high
The
school level,
trannies
too.
are there is no women's MMA in high school. What are you talking about?
Well, there's soccer.
Someplace.
I mean,
So
look at women's
what?
soccer. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but
you
again,
want
That
some-
doesn't have it. You
want
said
some
MMA. You're
real-
the dude that's always trying to. You're always trying to slip around, man.
No,
Stay on
'cause
one thing.
well, you guys want a professional sport that people watch, and I bring up MMA. You want one that's
No. Your argument was that the trannies in high school are preventing them from going to professional sports. But if they're not,
Yeah,
competing
MMA.
for those sports in high school, they're not competing in MMA in high school against trannies.
Well, what about soccer? The professional women's soccer is one of the, probably, if I'm not mistaken, Phil, it's probably one of the bigger ones of women that's watched.
But are there transsexuals in professional soccer, though? Is the thing? Are there male to female trans?
Maybe not today, but there probably will be soon.
Oh my God, you're always talking about this doomsday scenario.
What about track and field? What about swimming?
What about them? Are they competing against them or not? Is the U.S.
women
Olympic
are
team
competing in the Olympics?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
All right, let's
I didn't know
fact
that.
let's
Yeah.
fact check. Let's fact check that real quick.
Doomsday scenarios here, isn't it?
Well, even in high school.
I was just watching a video on Twitter of some trans female fucking destroying.
The fucking International Olympic Committee will not. There's no fucking way. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
What?
It's either high school
Some
or
other
college or
country
something.
would have done this years ago.
High
What?
school
If
or
that were the
college.
if that were the case.
Destroyed.
Yeah, I see on Wikipedia like what Phil was talking about. During the Olympics, there's one in tennis. I bet basketball there's probably some too.
I mean,
Rugby, there's
But
some.
I
are they
mean,
female to male or male to female? Because that's a
If
big
you're male to
difference.
female, you're probably not even going to be competing.
to be
That's
fair,
not true because the one example that Osa
Disavow.
was talking about earlier was a female to male.
to be
I
fair,
don't know what that example
in college basketball for the women, there are some women that look like dudes but aren't. But that's a whole nother thing.
You just had, dude, didn't you, Sam? You fucking bigot.
I did. So
Yeah, but like I mean, from I don't, having I don't know, just having a daughter, like, and then telling her you could be whatever you want to be, you could train. So she spends her whole life like she spends her whole life training to be something, right? Something in track and field or anything like that. And then all of a sudden some tranny flips and is allowed to run and fucking dusts your daughter
Yep.
and takes a trophy that your daughter should have had.
That crushes them. And the one in tennis was
It demoralizes you. Like, fuck.
Yeah, because it's totally uneven playing field. Like the one in tennis, Renee Richards, that was somebody that was competing in the men's tennis, still a little, cut and stitching, and then started playing in the women's tennis. How is that fair? And how is this not happening when it's literally happening? And it's only going to get worse if conservatives go, "Oh, I don't care. It doesn't affect me."
Yeah, why can't they just make a tranny league?
They should. I'd be fine with that. I'd be all for it.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they should do that. I missed most of that conversation, but yeah.
listen, I don't think I mean, I have nothing against trannies in sports or trannies in general, other than I don't understand why. Anyway, that's a.
Well, dude, how long before it becomes to the point where it's like, oh, you don't want to watch tranny porn? Oh, you're a bigot. Oh, you don't want to date a trans person? Oh, you're an asshole.
That's already here. The super straight movement.
there are already those assholes,
You
and
don't
granted,
suck that tranny cock. You're a fucking bigot.
I think Bill Burr said it best, and I'm gonna butcher the shit out of this, but it's something like, hey, I don't give a fuck what you do. You can cut your dick off all you want, but you can't expect me to not go, hey, what the fuck is that? Something like that. You can't expect me. You can do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck what you do, but you can't expect me to not go, hey, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on over
exactly,
there?
exactly, Apex. That's all I'm saying. Just because
exactly, Bill Burr.
Just because I'm accepting of it doesn't mean I can't be weirded out by it. Just like I know that the bear.
Just like you do with black people, right, Sam?
Oh, disavow.
No, just like, hey,
Sam, I do not associate with you anymore. Disavow.
And you know what? But you know what? I would actually be a little bit more okay with trannies playing in women's sports
than black
if
people.
If they weren't allowed to have those records, right? If you were going to say, if you're not allowed to have those records because obviously,
or make a separate record. If you're not going to make a separate league, make a separate
exactly.
There has to be an exception. Yeah. Like that would be something I would be like, okay.
I mean, because it is not the same, and I do get people's fucked up brains. I have a particularly fucked up one myself. I can't imagine myself, strapping on a fursuit or cutting my dick off or putting on ladies' clothes and stuff. But I mean, I try my best to empathize with the handful that I've met in my life. Unfortunately,
no, I do actually. Even though I sound a bit abrasive, like I do have empathy for these people because they do have mental illnesses and they should be treated for it.
Sure, you do.
Whatever, bigot.
Yeah.
I think Dex is a fucking boner for these trannies.
If you say sure you do Apex,
Only when they
then
get close though. It's a proximity thing. Not at the distance.
Sam and
Creates
I
vitriol.
are busy enough. We don't need to add a third dick into it.
disavow.
That's good.
Hey, Scorpio. Just because it's dumb doesn't mean it's not entertaining. Okay. Titty salad.
You got people leaving already. You got not only leaving but announcing that they're leaving.
Yo,
Yeah, so I told you an hour ago to kill this fucking stream. You told me to come on here, and people started leaving. So how about you kill this fucking stream now, you dumb shit?
Guy from like, where'd you find this fucker?
Where did you find this faggot? Alex the Great sounds like a freaking autist, a major autist. Even almost sounds incellular too.
Incellular is that new word?
Yeah, I just made it up for you, baby.
Like the new fucking. I thought the iPhone, I guess, that's me in the incellular plan.
What's that? What's that?
The incellular plan.
You don't get laid, dude. That's what it is.
Alex does work in IT, but that doesn't mean he can't get.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Oh, and he's also quite familiar with. Wait, I always mix Alex and Dex up on this one.
Alex is
the one that's more familiar with the blood sports.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck right now. He sounds like a little bitch.
He sounds like a little bitch. Yeah. So let's go,
bruh. You're the one that's. I don't know if you don't. You're the one that doesn't think IQ exists, so that explains a lot.
Well, he is Mexican, so give him a break. He is definitely
major disavow.
Disavow Mexicans?
No. I was gonna make the point that IQ doesn't matter. Like he's beyond IQ. He's like
that's enlightened.
What's that? Dude,
enlightened centrist.
He's the general's name that seized the Alamo. What's his name? Santa Anna? Is that Santa Anna? I can't remember. I'm a terrible Texan.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. That you're awesome and you fucking rule shit. And eventually you're gonna get taken down by a couple of white people that stand their ground.
Oh, like the Alamo defenders.
Yeah. No, it's actually that was the Yellow Rose of Texas, so it would have been a white woman. So analogy's totally dead. The joke's dead. Doesn't matter. Sorry. Continue.
We need to bring on Semper onto the stream if we want a Mexican versus white boy Texan stream to go off.
We're not doing that, Sam. You need to kill this stream. It's been going for fucking ever. Let these people go to sleep.
Yeah, you're right. It is almost 1 a.m. Or wait, no, is it?
You're right. I am right.
It's only
5 past midnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm a good You know what? You faggots, start up another stream then, but end this one and do it elsewhere. Let everybody go to sleep.
Anyway, though, any final thoughts, topics, things you want to say? Insults to lob at me, your host.
Sam, you're. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it to me.
Oh, do it! Come on, man.
Sam, do you want to hear the brunt of my joke?
Sure. Take it.
Okay, get the drum set ready, okay? Because you're gonna need to crash some cymbals with this one. You're a real stand-up guy.
But that's actually not that bad. The joke
I'm glad you have high standards for my cruelty and hatefulness.
The joke I always hear is, dude, I have big news for you. I hope you're sitting down for this.
Oh my god. Okay, that's actually kind of funny.
That is actually pretty funny. I've never thought to say that.
Great, and now you're gonna be saying it all the time. So
no, I'll have to save it for a special occasion.
Scorps, I really hope you use that on me one of these
days. Did you guys catch that voice break? Somebody clip that. I really hope.
That's my joke was well deserved. Then
shut up.
Cruel enough.
Shut up, faggot. I have plenty of clips of you saying I'm retarded,
I hope Susan heard that. Did you hear that, Susan? End this fucking stream before
Your retard's the worst insult, by the way, because like, if anybody says that to me specifically, I just go, yeah, and I'm proud of it. What are you gonna do about it? I can hack you. I can I don't know, find your location.
Self-burn.
Could drive to your house and
maybe
put you into a pretzel and embarrass you in front of your neighbors.
Anyway, though, folks, I actually think that this discussion was productive.
No,
very, very productive.
I don't think anyone changed their mind. Like that's like
I don't know. I changed my mind on everything. I don't think conservatives are being censored on the internet. I don't think trannies are getting into sports and ruining young girls' lives.
Hold on, time out. Hold on.
Oh, this is a problem. Yeah.
One last thing I have to say, guys.
What did you say, Alex?
No, I said it's like gaslighting the podcast.
I mean, listen. What you guys, I think, are failing to understand here. What you fail to understand is, squeak, squeak, is that this is entertainment. When people argue on the internet, whether they believe it or not, or partially believe it, and then joke about it, and do so believingly, it's incredibly entertaining for people.
So we're grifters.
No, I mean, are you asking for donations? Are you looking for? Well, you might.
Yeah, guys, $1 million. I'm pay for my Lambo right now.
I haven't yet. Streamlabs.com/The Whitfield Report. Let's go.
Yeah, patreon.com/The Whitfield Report, right? For the nudes and the feets.
Especially for the feet.
Good night, everybody.
All right, folks. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Scorps, anything you want to promote? GSK, anything?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Sean, go follow Versa Media on YouTube. They could really use the sub count. I'll post a link to their channel in the description after the stream. And Alex, are you anywhere these days?
I'm in places just not for fun.
Cool.
And you can also subscribe to our recently created OnlyFans account where you can get exclusive pictures of all of us together in one room.
Wait, what? You must have drugged me for that. But
I'm kidding. We actually we should have trolled OnlyFans, but we do not have one yet. But if we really want to grift or we really want to make some shekels, like we'll just open up.
Quit talking shit about things you ain't got. Plug your things and end this goddamn fuck stream.
I mean, if you really want to find us, Versa Media on YouTube, at Versa Media on Twitter, and probably everywhere else. Whatever you guys want. If you want some intelligent
at
dialogue
Versa Media, right?
And some mild retardation, just go to our channel. It'll be lovely. And some cool interviews.
Versa Media, right? On most platforms.
Yeah, Versa Media.
Okay. All right. Thanks for hopping in, guys. Sammy, thank you for having us. Thank you, chat, for tolerating all of this.
You're what?
Extreme mental illness. Good night.
All right.
Kill it.
Good night. God bless. God save the sweet nation. God, freedom, Uggsy in that order, and I'll see you on the next stream.
Good night, gamers.
In a world where gamers.
So where'd you find that guy? Like I'm curious.
Which one?
Scorpio.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless, God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.